So the next thing that we're going to talk about is your publication's about page. So the about page gives you a little bit more room than the one-line description to tell new readers, prospective subscribers, who you are and what you write about. It's also, because it's longer, it's a great opportunity to show off your writing voice and your style, and to establish some credibility with your readers while also adding this kind of personal touch. This is something that you can update in your settings page as well. So it says about page right below the tag section. You click edit and that's where you can get there. And it's also just like your Substack domain.substack.com/about if you want to go get there from there. So every great about page should include 5 key things. And these are things that we think that everyone should do. The first one is just like literally like, what is your publication about? What kinds of topics do you publish on? What kinds of posts do you do? Maybe some people do discussion threads or podcasts. This is also sort of like includes like what your publication does for readers, like what your exact value proposition is, and who you're writing for. So this intended audience that we were talking about in the one-liner section, that applies just as much to your about page. The second thing that your about page should definitely include is a brief personal bio. So who you are, like the writer or your writing team, if there's multiple people, and why you are qualified to do this. So in this screen, you can see Wesley. He writes this great photography newsletter, and he talks about his photography background. He links a book that he's done. You definitely shouldn't shy away from doing a little bit of bragging, like showing off your other work. Throwing in a picture of yourself or your work is always great. Basically, like, why are you the person to write? A Substack is all about establishing this direct connection between writers and readers. The third thing that you want to include is newsletter logistics. So one thing that we see is one of the best predictors of a successful Substack newsletter is literally just consistency. So how often do you publish and how much does it cost? And what days do you do? So I think that this one, Rect Capital, it's a finance newsletter. They so clearly write down in the why subscribe section, here's exactly what you're getting every day. This creates a sense of professionalism, and it also helps people know exactly what they are paying for. The fourth thing is subscriber benefits. So what do paid subscribers get, especially if this is something that's not just the newsletter, but if there's like some extra stuff? Really encourage you to articulate this. So the Isolation Journals is an art and a creativity focused newsletter. And certainly there are like posts that come out every week, but there's also things like a monthly book club and these studio visits, these interviews on Zoom with you want to be able to articulate the range of things that subscribers are going to get, so they see all of the reasons to pay. The final thing is just a call to action. Make sure you throw in those subscribe buttons, click buttons in the editor, and then click subscribe now. This is that little button where people can drop in their email. So we recommend putting in maybe like at least 2, maybe one at the top and one at the bottom, but don't be afraid to throw in those calls to action. There's also an opportunity to include plenty of extras in your about page. So I just listed sort of like 5 basic essential things, but there is so much else that you can do. You can pick and choose what feels right for your publication. So I just threw in a bunch of ideas up on this page. There are images of yourself or your subject matter, editorial principles, like for example, like I will never like invest in stocks that I write about, or like I'm never going to, like basically like what are the principles that you write by. Testimonials are really great. You can embed tweets in of people praising your work, or you can pull quotes from subscribers. You could highlight some of your favorite posts and link them so people know what to get. Describe ways for readers to get involved, like through a Discord community or through emailing you feedback. Maybe tell them why they should pay. Not everyone's used to paying for news or paying for writing, and a personal message goes a long way here. There are other things you can do, like special offers. This is something you can also learn about in your settings page. But if you are running a discount campaign, say a student discount, your about page is a really great way to include those, like whether it's a discount code or a special link that people can use. And finally, like I mentioned in the bio section, you can always throw in links to your other work or your past work on other platforms, just to, again, establish that credibility and show people a sense of what they might get. We're going to publish an event recap in the Substack Writers Library, and that will include really great examples of pretty much every single thing I mentioned. So if you are like, I want to do this, I don't know what that looks like, or I'm not sure which of this array is best for my publication, you will get a resource with some examples that you can use.